Welcome back to Wyman and Bob. It's Dave Wyman and Mike Lefko, and here in the studio, the Cortez Kennedy Memorial Studio, we have Jerrick Reed. He was a 6th-round pick out of New Mexico. Jerrick, welcome to Seattle, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me on the show. Glad to be here. Yeah. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Well, it's an honor.
Our your favorite player already.
Yeah, already. Love him. Hey, I saw this was really funny. So we've been talking to John Schneider all week, every week. And then, we got together a couple of times and he talked about you being angry. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's my kind of guy, because you should be pissed off when you play football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not off the field, but
you're a nice guy.
But exactly, and that's how you do it. Does that just come natural, or is that something you build yourself into, kind of a frenzy on game day?
You got to I build myself up because, like you said, off the field, I'm a great guy, friendly guy. I like to be out in the crowd with the people, just being a normal guy. But once I'm inside this building and once I'm on that football field, a switch has to get flipped, and you got to become that player that the team needs, and then you have to be great at this game. And so. It's funny that I told somebody this before. It's funny he called me the Angry F. I feel like that's going to be like a trademark now while I'm my time here in Seattle. But it does speak about my personality on the field.
Do you know the movie line that comes from?
Isn't it it's the Christmas movie, Elf?
Elf.
Yeah, Elf,
yeah. So, and you're taller than John.
Yeah, about a couple inches.
Yeah.
Is that what you told him when he said that to you?
Nah, he signed my contract.
Once you get a contract. I love your, you showed sense of humor, because I was like, okay, the guys were real serious, didn't really know what you were about, but then you looked very serious and said, if he'd have said that to my face, there was going to be a problem. And I thought, oh, he's serious, and then you start laughing. So,
nah. I know how to take a joke, and also, that's the boss man, so even if I did feel some type of way, he wouldn't know.
Well, he loves you, man. He loves you.
Yeah. Nah, that's my guy, man. We've grown and built a connection since I've been here this past month now. Great guy. Like I said, I'm honored that he picked me of one of their 10 picks that we had, and just trying to take advantage of it day by day.
Have you had maybe like a welcome to the NFL moment yet, when you're out there thinking, well, these are guys that maybe, I don't know if you played video games, you played Madden with some of these players against them, or you watched them growing up. When did it kind of sink in that you are a part of this, everything you kind of grew up watching?
I think it was the first day that we had the full team with the vets in the indoor. We did a walkthrough, and so when we were doing walkthroughs in the beginning, with rookie mini camp, it was cool. It was fast tempo. But once Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, Bobby Wagner, all those guys stepped on the field, and I'm out there with them, and the bullets are just flying. And it took me a couple of days, a couple of practices to get with that pace. I feel like that first day was my welcome to the league. I'm actually here. Obviously you got a 10th year Hall of Fame ballot Bobby Wagner. You got Geno Smith, which has got his big contract after a big year. You got Tyler Lockett, who's one of the greatest receivers in the game. He's still playing. It's just being out there as a rookie, looking up to those guys, trying to get here and actually be on that field with them. That was my welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah,
well, and I just say, I don't want to say go easy on yourself, but don't put too much pressure, because everybody goes through that, and, especially when you come back your second year, everything kind of slows down. But did you look at DK and go, damn, that's a wide receiver in this league?
The thing is, I had the opportunity to go, see him in high school. We both from Mississippi. He's from Oxford. I'm from Olive Branch, so it's a 45-minute drive. So, I don't think I played against him. I played against Oxford before, but, I've seen him live in action before seeing him now. Yeah. But just seeing him grow and still get bigger and actually still keep the speed while getting bigger and actually see him on that field, yeah, he's one of them ones. He's one of those guys for sure. And it's just you see why he's one of those top receivers in the league.
Yeah.
Speaking of Olive Branch, there's a famous Seahawk from Olive Branch. Did you know
Jerrick
KJ
Reed?
Wright?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
KJ.
That guy. Yeah. No, there will be two. There will be two famous Seahawks.
Second one, yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you know him at all? Know the families at all?
I knew his family, so I didn't know him. He was a way older than me. I know his story. I know that my older brother, when he was a freshman, KJ was just graduating and leaving. But I was really close with his cousin, and so that's how me and his family got tied together. And so once I became a Seahawk, he was the first guy I reached out to. Hey, man, I'm proud of I'm following your footsteps. I would love to sit down, have lunch, and just pick your head about the game. And he hit me back instantly, yeah, what you doing Friday? And so I think 2 weeks ago, me and him went down to Bellevue, went to Joey's. We had a great lunch, and we talked for 2 hours. Great talking. And then randomly Cam Chancellor pull up. You know, them guys, they're best friends. So, like, when he came, it was like, oh, snap. Like, I got best of both worlds here, two legends. And so it was just a great night, you know. They gave me a lot of knowledge and told me the exact same thing. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You know, this is your first year. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Learn. And then as the years go on, it begins to get slower and slower. Just enjoy this time. You know, it comes and goes. Just enjoy it.
Well, and Jarek, the other experience I had was if you're here in camp, you obviously kicked butt in college. Like, everything you did worked. So then you get into the NFL, and like the coaches are like, that's not going to work here. Like little steps and things like that. Has there been any technical things that you've gone like? I know for me, I was like, I've never even thought of that before. I just went and played, right? And now you've got to do all these little things. Is there anything in particular that in that regard that has stood out to you?
It's a lot of things. So, like, one thing that happened to me today actually was like the 5-yard rule in the NFL. In college, we lined up 6-by-1 outside. We can get hands on a receiver when they release and just run with them. In the league, past 5 yards, you can't touch the receiver. And so it was a little slip up out there on Jackson Smith. He ran outside, and at the 5-yard mark, I put my hands on him. Not rough. He didn't get knocked down or anything like that, but that one little touch flag. You know, so it's stuff like that going from college to NFL that you can't do anymore. So it's just now getting better feet.
Yeah.
And it's also like when you reading the flow of the ball, one false step to the left and the ball is going to the right, that's the difference of you making that play or you not making that play. And so it's just being more detailed, more technical, doing the same thing I did in college to get me to this point, but just becoming more fine with it. Yeah. And so that's just the threshold that I have to get over. I think I'm dealing with that right now. But like you said, you know, this week 4 for me. So come training camp, I'll be, you know, with training and just going day by day. I'll get where I need to be at before the season.
You're walking into a very loaded, very competitive secondary group there. Have you had a chance to talk to Quandre and Jamal, pick their brains, or even talk to some of the younger guys now, like Tariq Woolen or a Mike Jackson, who have been here just a couple years, but who have been here and have kind of gone through it?
Yeah, it's very competitive. I mean, there's a whole building that's competitive, but in that one group, everybody is great. Obviously, we're all in the league, but like all those guys from All-Pro to Tariq Woolen being a rookie in the All-Pro, Kobe Bryant being one of the best nickels in the league, it's just everybody is good, but everybody is for each other. You know, those guys, it's never been a time where I ask a question and a guy don't want to answer me that question. Like, they take the time and explain this to me. When I got drafted, Quandre and Tariq was the first 2 people to hit my line. Like, hey, bro, congrats, let's work. It's going to be a great season, great time together. So everybody's cool. When Jamal came, he just came back this week. First thing he did was introduce himself, learn everybody's name, you know, give a speech. Like, all those guys are cool. There's no animosity. There's no pride. There's no I'm the big dog here. It's like we're all collectively one group, and we're just, I mean, the best man's going to play. You know, it's just like that.
I got to imagine that Coach Larry, the special team coach, got to you right away, because I read you had something like 800 snaps, special teams.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I think I started special teams since my first day at New Mexico, and then like the last 2 years at New Mexico, our offense punted the ball the most times than any team in the country. So like I was on every single one of those punts. So like all those things add up. But like the first day when I got here and I got drafted, you know, Izzo told me like, you're gonna be with special teams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Anything the team needs, I got you, you know. So I'm going out there to make plays for myself and for this team. So it's like, it's cool with me. I did it before I could do it on a bigger stage.
Can you believe that Larry was a linebacker in the NFL?
No, I can't.
And he was like a Pro Bowl special team player too.
And you know, it's crazy, but his energy level and his competitiveness, I can believe it. Yeah. But just looking at him, I would have never known that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, could you slide down inside, you think, and play like a nickel corner? Do you think? I mean, have you
100%, because I did that in college. Obviously, you know, you got way bigger guys in the NFL. You got the Trent Williamses in the league and stuff. But like, I mean, they're just like you said, just learning how to move around those guys now. I played in the box. I had over 100 tackles. I had 100 tackles 2 years in a row. I think like 87 one year and like 95 the next year. So it's like, I mean, I played in the box. I know how to tackle. I'm a tackler. So, I mean, it's just doing it on a bigger stage now.
Yeah. So you're talking to KJ. You got Bobby out there. 2 of the best dudes ever in NFL history. I mean, there's a lot to take advantage of, and you know, and Pete and his whole thing. Like, I think a lot of times people see Pete and they think, oh, this can't be for real. It is, man. I mean, it's incredibly special place. What have you noticed about Pete and the coaching staff and things like that?
Their energy level is like unmatched. You know, every time we step foot in the team meeting room, it's just to start the day off hoorah. You know, Coach Pete, he got his music going. He's getting all hammered and loud and stuff. And that transitions from the team meeting room to opposition rooms all the way on the field and throughout practice. It's just the energy level. It just makes you want to compete every single day. It's never a drag. It's never like a sink in energy. Is always on 10 throughout the whole entire day, and that comes from Coach Carroll all the way down to the assistant coaches.
Yeah. Well, Jarek, we'd love to have you on for another hour if you
For sure.
could. But man, we're just so excited to have you here and watch your progress, and you're a great story, man, and so good luck to you.
Appreciate you guys, and thank you again for having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks,
All right.
Jerry. Appreciate it, man.
There we go.